This is Brother Peter with tidbits from the Word. I'd like to thank the Lord Jesus Christ and our God the Father that we live in a country that is blessed. The blessings in the United States of America are taken for granted by the average person today. I actually hear people in a store buying an apple. This apple did not come from the state that I live in, more than likely. And if it did, it had to have been picked a long time ago. But I live in a country, I live in a state, I can buy this apple in the store. Actually, I have a system that I use. And this system that I use is the produce place that here in LaGrange, Georgia, that I buy my fruit and stuff at. They put bags of stuff they pulled off. These two apples right here were pulled off from the shelf. Why? They perhaps were the last two apples they had of this type. They put them in a bag with two apples and a pear, and they charged $1 for that bag. And I buy that bag. I go in and buy that bag. 2 or 3 reasons why. One reason is I have no bottom teeth. And these apples have become soft because they've been around a little while, and I can actually eat them. And when they're right fresh and hard, there's no end of the sun, I can eat them because I couldn't chew them. So I have to have them cured some and soft. But aren't they beautiful? Those are beautiful apples. I'm not going to eat these 2 apples. I found a friend that the only kind of apple he eats is yellow and hard. And these are going to be a gift to him because that's what he likes. Do I like them? Yeah, I like them. I don't like them much as he does, though. And I'm going to give those to him. But isn't it wonderful that we're in a place of blessing? Look at in Deuteronomy. He said, I will bless your city and I will bless your fields. Who's he talking to? He's talking to those that will follow him. In the United States of America, we were built on In God We Trust. Now, I have been double blessed in my life. I'm sitting in a house paid for that I own. I don't own it. I dedicated it to God. I dedicated it to God from the first nail to the last nail, and it's not done yet. It's only 2/3 done. I like 1/3 of having this house finished. And I will get it finished one day when the Lord provides the means to do it and the people to do it. But right there, that fireplace you see burning was a wood fireplace. And I cut wood for years and put wood in it. And I converted it now to a gas log fireplace to where I just burn the gas and I don't have to get out and do the work, clean up the mess, have the smoke, have everything that goes with it, even though while we had it, I never complained about it because God let me heat the house with it. And it was an inexpensive way to heat the house. It took much labor, but it was inexpensive in a sense. I couldn't make enough money to heat this house and pay for it. So I had to do that. But here I'm in a blessed country. I've got 2 apples here that from somewhere. As I said, I got a banana here that did not come from this United States, more than likely. It came from somewhere overseas or on a ship over here. And I have it in my house. And I can go pick them up, and they're very reasonable to buy. I do the same thing with my bananas I do with my other stuff. When their bananas get a little age on them, or they get a little spots on them and everything, they put a whole bunch of them in a bag, and they sell them for $1. And I buy the $1 bag, and I pass them out to people and eat what I can and give away the rest. Look at this. This may have been grown in the United States. It may not have been. It may come from another country. But here I am sitting in a house. I actually have a bag of oranges that I bought for $1. And these oranges are in my fruit bowl. And like I said, and I bought the pail in the dollar bag. And what does it look like? It doesn't look very good, does it? But you know, all that peels off. That's just the outside skin. It's like us. We don't look very good, but God can use the inside of us. Even though, in spite of what we look like on the outside, God can take the inside of us and use us in His work, in His way. Not only that, look at this. I've got some regular grapes here. I buy these in the bag too. When they get a little bad grape or two in them, they pile them right up. They throw them in a bag and charge $1. So for $1, I get a bunch of grapes to eat. You say, well, what do you do with the bad ones? Well, I've been around long enough to know and came up through enough era in life to know that a grape is not bad. It can be aged. Suppose it's like these that I've had a while and they're wrinkled up. They're fine. They're good. This right here, this grape right here, the average person would take that grape and throw it away because it's about ready to turn into wine. Good. I'm telling you. It is good. An aged grape, wrinkled up, would you buy those? Yeah. When I buy about 2 pounds, 3 pounds for $1. Sure. I don't care if it's wrinkled up or not. I'm wrinkled up too, but I ain't been thrown away. Same way with these green ones. You can take one of these right here that is almost turned too. Put it in your mouth. What's amazing is these have been in the refrigerator for over a week or more, and I hadn't got to be able to get in there and eat them. They're a little bit tainted. They're a little bit rough looking here. But they're good. Nothing wrong with them. And then one of the best things, grapefruit. Now this could have come from Florida, could have come from California. Looks more to me like it came from Jerusalem because of the firmness, the beauty of it, the little point on it here. When I was in Jerusalem, I saw grapefruits as big as cantaloupes, and God has blessed that country, and He's blessed the United States. Well, here's a fruit bowl with 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 different pieces of fruit, all bought in one country, one place, one town, right here in the United States. Now, this is a prune. When you get to be 77 years old, this is a vital part of your daily routine. You take one of these things and you put it right in there and you chew it up. And it goes down into this first part of you, and it says to it, I'm going to help you digest and dissolve and help you clean your system. And that's what that prune does. It helps you clean the system. That bag of prunes was probably a couple dollars. And I can go right down here to Mark and buy it. And it's a whole lot cheaper to eat one of them prunes every day than it is to go to the doctor. Or go somewhere and get this stomach try to straighten out because you've not treated it right. So God has given us a blessing in this country that if we will properly treat our bodies, we can be double blessed. As I'm looking at the blessings in here, I'm blessed with the memory. The Bible says that's a blessing, that you have your memory and you have your mind. In Proverbs, that's where it is, that it's just, and it is a blessing. Proverbs 10:7. Isaiah 32:20. I'm going to bless that which you sow. Somebody sowed a seed. Do you know how long it took for these grapes to come about? It took years for these grapes to come about. These are cut off from a vine, a true vine, true grapevine that's strung out, and they don't hurt the true vine. A vineyard man prunes the little old suckers so that they have good grapes off from that one true vine that comes through. Now that true vine with these green grapes, that's all it's going to have on it is these green grapes. They say that you can graft in this grape here to that vine, and it will grow this grape on that vine. But that vine is designed for this green grape. That's what it's designed for, and that's what it grows. We are in the Lord Jesus Christ. I am planted, plucked, and put in the vine. I'm grafted into the one true vine of Jesus Christ, the Christian vine. And I'm a shoot off from that vine. And I am to bear fruit. If I don't bear fruit, the vine dresser, who is Jesus Christ, will come along and clip me off. You say, but you were in the vine. No, I wasn't in the vine. I was on the vine. There's a difference between being on the vine and in the vine. You can put a sucker on the vine and it will actually grow on the vine. But it doesn't belong there. You could take an orchid and make a hole in that vine, and that vine would feed that orchid. But that orchid doesn't belong in that vine. It's out of place. So it doesn't matter if it's a beautiful flower or not, if it's out of place. We see some things that look beautiful in the church, but they're out of place. They don't belong there. And there are many people who say, I belong to this group, yet they've never said, Jesus, I'm a sinner. Forgive me of my sin, come in my heart and save my soul. So they're out of place. They're hanging around the vine, but they're not in the vine. So it's important to be in the vine. Let's look at Acts 20 and 35. More blessed to give than receive. Well, how can you give if you haven't received? I received through $1 bill the Lord gave me. I received one of these apples with part of that dollar. I'm going to give this apple to a man I'm witnessing to, I'm working with. I'm looking for him to grow spiritually, and I'm looking for him to say, Brother Peter, I believe you are a real Christian. I believe you believe what you believe, and you preach it and teach it. And I like that. I couldn't have visit your church sometime, and that would be good. And that's what all the purpose is about the whole thing, to bring those in that are a little on the outside, are not in the same place you are. Matthew 5:44 talks about being blessed. Matthew 12 and 14, he said, bless them that curse you. Isn't it funny that we in America curse God, as the average American today curses God, and God blesses us? We take it for granted. We run down to the grocery store and bring in arms full of groceries and take it for granted. We get lettuce from somewhere else in the world. We get celery from somewhere else in the world. We get apples, oranges, bananas from somewhere else in the world. Do you know all of that can be cut off? Hey, when you cut the food supply off to a country, you've really done something. Why is this food supply here? Well, you say there are wealthy people who have invested their money in ships so that they can bring that food here so they can profit off from it. That may be so. But God's the one that got the food here for us. And that if He used that means to do it, that's good. Let's hope and pray that that person that owns that ship has salvation, so that they'll live in heaven forever with God when they pass from this life to their new life. Now, where is their new life going to be? If it's going to be in heaven, it's going to be a blessed life forever. If it's in hell, it's going to be a life of misery forever, but it is going to be life. There is life after this life. One of those lives is heaven, and one of those lives is hell. You know, the person in hell is going to live just as long, which is forever, as those in heaven. Now, those in heaven are going to live forever with God. Those in hell are going to live forever in hell. And one of the worst parts of being in hell is you're going to be able to look into heaven. You're going to see out of hell where you could have been for eternity. And for eternity, you're going to be in hell, seeing in heaven. Plus, you're going to be in fire. Plus, you're going to be tormented. You think this picture of the devil with the pitchfork with the 3 prongs on it, you think that's fake? You think that's just a figment of somebody's imagination? I believe God allowed that thing to come for this reason. That devil's going to come around with that pitchfork on a daily basis and job you with it. 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 And it's going to be a process. There's not going to be anything, nothing, nada, not one thing in hell that is good. There's not going to be one good breath. There's not going to be one good thing. The only good thing that you're going to be able to see in hell is when you look into heaven. You're going to see all the good that's going to be in heaven. And all of the evil, wicked, and maligned things are going to be in hell. Forever. Forever. No rest. The Bible said there is no rest there. The Bible says day or night there's no rest. You know what that means? That means that there's day and night. That means there are 24-hour days more than likely in hell. And every one of them days there will be no sleep. You'll say, man, 24-hour day. You know, I used to sleep at night. You know, sleep in hell. You say, but I'm worn out, tired, miserable, and everything else. And you're going to stay worn out, tired, and miserable. Because there is no good in hell. Not one speck of good. Not one speck of peace in hell. Not one speck of peace. None. Ever. Ever again. Never, ever, never, ever, never, ever again. I had a concussion a couple times in my life from hitting my head. During those periods, I wanted to die. And I tried to get the doctors to kill me, and they wouldn't. And I tried to get the nurses to kill me, and they wouldn't. And I got a blood clot in my brain. And I'm in this place of like hell. And the blood's pumping, but it can't go to the other side. It stopped right there. And the pump would go boom, and would pump out. Boom, 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 boom. And it would get so boom high. And then a little bit of blood would go through. It would start over again. Boom, boom, boom. And it would get so horrendous, I'd say, kill me. Will somebody kill me? Please kill me. I wanted to die. Had I died in that state, I would have been in hell forever with that same scenario forever and forever and forever and forever. Twice in my life I had that. Twice in my life I saw hell for what hell is for, what it is. It is that place of torment where there is no relief. There will never be no downtime. It will always be the same, the same, the same. day and night, night and day, forever and forever. The Bible said the worm squirmeth and dieth not. That's the soul of man squirming and cannot die. And he's in every possible kind of misery that could possibly happen on this earth is going to be in hell forever. My suggestion to you, sir, man, boy, girl, if you've never said, Jesus, I'm a sinner, you forgive me of my sin, come into my heart and save my soul, you need to do it. If for no other reason but to escape hell. And then God can use you to tell others how to escape hell. And you can do that. Look in Titus 2 and 13, it says, looking for the blessed hope. What is that? That's that true vine pulling itself up into heaven, and you're hooked to it. And you're going with it to heaven. And when you get there, you're going to be hooked to that true vine. And everything is blessed in heaven. Everything will be blessing. Will you be used in heaven? It's according to what you do down here. If you're active down here on this earth and you're a worker, you'll be a worker in heaven. You'll be used in heaven. There's nothing more precious and more blessed than to be in heaven and be used by God. And say, you're a usable human being. Wow. You say, am I going to be a human? The Bible says I'm going to be known in heaven as I'm known on the earth. All of those that we have a picture of that came back from heaven and walked on this earth had their bodies. Jesus said to Thomas, I'm in the same body. I'm resurrected. I resurrected from the dead. I came up for you. He said, put your hands in the holes in my hands. Put your hand in the hole. Thrust your hand in the hole in my side. He was in that body. Did he have blood? I don't know if he had blood or not, but I know one thing. God was able to sustain the body without the blood. The life of the flesh is in the blood, yes, but Jesus was he was in an earthly body, but he was in a heavenly state here on earth. And so let's take another look at something else, a blessing. All the way, Revelations, blessed are the dead which die in the Lord. Wait, I'm one of those. When I die, it's going to be a blessing. Because I'm in the Lord. And when I close these eyes in death here, I'm going to perfect light. I'm going to be in that light. There's the light of bliss. I've experienced that. I've experienced that. Being in that light. Wow. What an experience. In just a place of bliss. Man, God has given us the opportunity to visualize both sides. The heavenly side. Behind me right there, over here, is a statue of Jesus knocking on a door. And he's saying, I'm at your door knocking. If you've never asked Jesus to forgive you of your sin, come in your heart and save your soul. If you're not sure of heaven, you need to do it right now. You need to say, God, I'm not sure. I want you to come into my heart and save me. I want you to forgive me of the sin of my life, the sin of unbelief, or the sin of just not paying attention. And I want you to come into my life, and I want you to hook me up to that true vine. And I want to go to heaven when I die and live there forever with you. And I want to be usable on this earth. And God will do it. He will take you and make you usable on this earth. I opened that door at 3 o'clock in the morning, 1972. Drunk as a skunk. And I said, God, I'm a sinner. Forgive me of my sin. I got sober. Never took another drink from that day to this, and bigger than that, I never swore another cuss word from that day to this. When God saved me, He took me out of that and put me in His kingdom on this earth until I die, and then I'll be in His kingdom forever in heaven. That is going to be something forever, blessed in heaven. Wow. Can't hardly wait. I don't think that I would want to take my own life so I could get there. I don't think God would have that. I'm 77. Why did God leave me here? Why am I still here? At 77. Why am I still here? I'm here to do God's work. I'm here to promote things as like the Voice of Martyrs, like the Baptist Children's Home. We support Faith Baptist Church, faith.com LaGrange. If you would like to do an overseas child rescue mission, we have one. And it's in Costa Rica. It's a child rescue mission. Children that are rescued over there, you can't imagine what they're rescued from. You can't even talk about it publicly, what they are rescued from. You can't describe publicly what children are rescued from. There are many children in the United States need to be rescued from. Just a little while ago, they found 100 and something in a body, a truck body or something, being shipped overseas. Children. For what purpose? We won't go into the details, but we will say it's an illicit purpose. These are human beings that are being stolen from families, and even sold by families, dopers, people in dope and stuff that are not in their right mind. Just think living in hell forever, knowing that you swapped your child for a fix, and your child was sent off to another country where they use children for reasons, unbelievable reasons, unimaginable reasons. Not even can't even hardly enter the mind of a normal man without him being sick in his heart and soul that this could possibly happen to a child, a human being. And this is where we are in the United States of America right now. If you don't think that we're not up for some curse to come on us, you wait. I can see a day in America, and it may happen while I'm still living, where we can't get an apple. It's going to be a sad day to me when I can't get an apple. I like an apple a day. It's going to be a sad day when we can't get an apple. I love a grapefruit. I ate one this morning for breakfast. It's good for your body. It's good for your system. I actually love pears. I don't know if there's anything good in a pear other than they're very good to eat and they taste good. And I love a pear, and I can get a pear. I love a banana sandwich and peanut butter. Toast my toast in the morning and slice that banana in half and lay it in that toast and put two pieces together and eat that sandwich with that banana and peanut butter and wheat bread. And I love these grapes. Just think, there's coming a day when we may not be able to do this. To have this nice orange, to peel it and then eat it. There's going to come a day before we die that we may not have that. And there are countries right now, by the way, right here, I'm looking. And I've been reading. Early this morning, I was reading. Early today. Well, it's early this morning now, but I'm talking about just a little after midnight. I'm reading about these countries where there's nothing. Some of these little boys, like that one right there, Probably had never ever seen an orange. Probably never seen an apple. He probably never seen a real good piece of food. He eats rice. Breakfast, dinner, and supper. He eats rice. It's a picture of some of the more destitute of the world. You know where those clothes came from? Those are probably American clothes shipped over there. A gift from American people to this poor country. This book she has in her hand is definitely a Little Red Riding Hood American book. Shipped over there from America and given to them so they could have it. And there are countries all over the world like that. America's double, triple blessed, and yet we leave God out of everything. And He's the one that gave it all to us. In God we trust. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.